Today we are here to talk about the Fixer. The Fixer is part buffer, part boost, all problem solver, designed to help your guitar feel better and restore the frequencies and snappiness lost from your pedal board and long cable runs. We have searched high and low for our favorite buffer that we think feels and sounds the best. It allows you to take your potentially tone-sucking tuner out of your signal path with a dedicated tuner output, as well as having a mute switch for guitar changes, moments in between songs, and tuning. It also features 2 independent boosts, which we'll talk about in just a minute. The heart of this pedal is the buffer. Buffers are tricky and opinions abound. A buffer can bring the life back to a long signal chain or thin out your tone and make it feel stiff. After years of experience and tinkering, we made a buffer that we actually like and think you will too. How many times have you dialed in your tone to perfection and then reached for another guitar only to realize that the difference in output has changed how your drive section and amp respond? The 2 independent always-on clean boosts allow you to dial in the output levels of those different guitars with the ability to run at unity gain, which is noon, negative gain for higher output guitars like humbuckers, or at positive gain for lower output guitars like single coils. You can also use either of the boosts to push the front end of your drive section or amp if you wish. Not only do these boosts help to make up for the slight gain loss from our favorite buffer, but they also provide the option to add a bit more oomph to your signal if you wish. A buffer takes a high impedance signal and converts it to a low impedance signal. The signal coming from your guitar or bass is a high impedance signal, meaning it doesn't have much energy behind it to drive a long chain of pedals and cables. Like a water hose, you aren't going to have a very strong flow of water without a nozzle. Once you add a nozzle, you can shoot that water much longer distances at much higher pressures. Once your guitar or bass has passed through a long series of pedals and cables, without a buffer, you will lose frequency content and the original snappiness and feel you have when plugging directly into your amp. The buffer and the Fixer will help restore all those things that are lost. You will want to run certain fuzzes like a fuzz face or tone bender and mini wah pedals before a buffer, as they want to see your high impedance guitar signal to function properly. Other fuzzes, like our T4 fuzz for example, can actually be run after a buffer and will work just as well. The dimensions of the Fixer are 2.64 inches, 65 millimeters, by 4.8 inches, 120 millimeters, by 2.5 inches, 55 millimeters. The power draw is 8 to 10 milliamps. The input impedance is 1 mega ohm, the output impedance is 10 kilo ohms, and the tuner output is 1 kilo ohm. All of these technical specifications can also be found on our website. The Fixer, the unsung hero your pedal board needs. Braxton! You don't need to turn on your buffer.
Why do you need a buffer?